Can everyone see the presentation screen?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sentences. Our voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
It's not breaking.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Ex- Excuse me, ma'am.
Ma'am, I'm sorry to interrupt, but ma'am, but we can't see your screen.
Just it's
Ma'am,
not
now
there.
it's visible.
No, no, no.
Yes, your screen is visible, but we can only see the PPT.
Now it shows. Now it shows.
Yes, ma'am.
Abhishek, sorry, pin it in the middle because it's the window is too small. The window is too small. You pin it in the middle that it becomes bigger.
Yeah, we can see it.
Still, it is small.
I think everyone needs to pin the presentation. Like if you go on the
Ma'am,
presentation, right?
ma'am,
Just click on the first icon that's
ma'am,
there.
I can't see screen. Ma'am, I can't. We have to pin. We have to pin the presentation.
Now it shows.
Ma'am, I can't see the screen.
Actually, ma'am, we can. I can also not see the screen.
Yes, ma'am, your screen is not
I can
visible.
also not see the screen.
Ma'am, I can see the screen. You have to pin her screen. You have to pin the screen from the participant section.
Yes, ma'am. They have not pinned your screen. It many times happens that some other screen shows up.
Excuse me, ma'am, your voice is cutting.
Yes, yes, I can hear you and see you also.
Can you please say?
Excuse me, ma'am, many students are not able to see your screen. Can you share again?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, I'm
we
here.
have,
Ma'am, we have to register this from the school only, or we can register individually also. Okay, ma'am. Yeah.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We can see your screen.
Abhishek sir, Simran will also share some of her, experience as how she prepared for.
Hi everyone, how are you all? Like you can unmute yourself and respond to me. All right, so like I'll prefer if more people like switch on their cameras and like we can have a discussion, right? Bonjour, ça va?
Bonjour. Ça va bien. Et vous?
Bonjour, ça va bien? Bonjour, ça va bien?
Okay, that's nice. Okay, now I can see a lot more people than I could earlier. Very good. Okay, so like it will be nice if you all interact. Okay, so you can ask me your doubts. You can just type it in the chat box. Don't unmute yourself in the middle when I'm talking. Okay, if you don't understand anything, you also text and you write. Okay, I could not understand. Can you repeat? Okay, I would appreciate if you just put a text in the discussion group. Right? You know where's the chat box in the Gmeet? Right? Like just nod your head. Like yeah, I can see all of you. So just nod your head. All right, great. So bonjour, je vais bien. All right, so like everybody knows what International French Spellbee is all about now. I hope you have a fair idea how to register yourself, what are the steps that you do in order to like reach the final level that's going to the France, right? Okay, so today I'll be sharing about my experience, okay? The preparation as well. So yeah, let's start with the preparation maybe, and then let's talk about the experience. If you have your notebook and pens with you, you can get it, and like you can just make small notes. Okay, like see, I am a different person, so I prepared in a different way. You are a different person, so you will be preparing in a different way, right? But like some things can be similar. I hope everyone is comfortable with English. Yes. Yes, acha. If anybody wants me to say anything in any other language, okay, I only know Hindi apart from English. So like, just type it in the chat box. Okay. So I hope you can see this one thing called the preparation on your screen with a smiley. Right? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay, fine. Great. Okay. So when we talk about the preparation, a lot of you must be joining for the first time, right? Must be participating in this competition for the first time. And some of you might have also participated last year. So you get a very thin, tiny booklet, which has all the words with their meanings. And you also have some expressions in that book, okay? First of all, please write this down. Nothing will come outside of the book, okay? So whatever is there in your book itself, that is all that will come in the exam. Priyansha, can I take your question later, or you could just type it in the chat box? Okay, just type it in the chat box. Okay, nothing will come out of the book. Now, the first thing that you have to do is you go back to your alphabets and numbers. For example, whenever you see something, okay, you see the billboards, koi poster dekh rahe ho, okay? If you're looking at anything, you should look at it in French. Now you ask, what am I saying? Rather than seeing this as THE, revise your alphabets and look at it in the way that it is THE. All right. So revise your French alphabets. Okay. Yeah. Only from the book in all the levels. Whatever I'm saying, it's for all the levels. All right. So first you revise your alphabets. Please write this down, okay? Because one of the common mistakes that we do is, what is this on your screen? Unmute yourself quickly. I'm just showing one thing, but like I'm getting a lot of different responses. Some people are saying E, I, A. Do you really think this one letter is like 4 things? No, right? This is your letter O. Or français, in French, it is just O. So that's what I'm talking about. Whenever you see a letter, you see it in French. Otherwise, when you're spelling the word in the final round, or even when you're listening to it in the second round, or even in the first round, you will make a mistake, right? Because E, I, H, G, and J, these are so different in French and English. So don't make this mistake. And what is this then? Great. So like better performance, right? Better than the last time. So everyone knows that this is Y, right? Great.
Yes.
So the first thing that we have to do is we return to the alphabets and relearn them. Okay? हमने पहले पढ़ लिया है alphabets. We've already learned A, B, C, D, F, G, H, but we will relearn it. Now the second thing that you have to do is you have to learn the accents in French. You have different accents. How many accents do you have in French? Accents, do I say like you have these symbols on the
Five.
Accent.
What did you say that? Cinquante?
No, I said quatre.
Quatre? No. C'est cinq. Il y a
Cinq.
5 accents en français. There are 5 accents in French. Okay? So you practice them. What you can do is if you have a desktop, okay, like whenever you sit to study, okay, you make a drawing of all the accents, you write their name, you paste it in front of you. So whenever you look at them, you will be reminded of those accents and their names. Okay? So you relearn the accents as well. And you also learn how to pronounce them. What is the basic difference between accent aigu and accent grave? Okay? Don't make the mistake. Accent aigu and accent grave are very important. Now the next thing is that you learn the French punctuation marks. When you have the booklet, the first page has all the French punctuation marks. Yeah, you have the book, right? With you. Yeah, very good. Can you show, Daksh, can you show the first page to everyone? Where you have the punctuation marks?
Yes, I'll just remove my background. I'll show it to everyone.
Yeah. All those who have the book, can you show the punctuation marks to everyone? Very good. You can help others around here. Great. So anyone who does not have the book, they can see, right? You have the punctuation marks on the first page. Okay? So you can learn them from here. Now we move on to the next thing. Great. Now you can keep it down. Thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. All right. The next thing is that since your booklet is divided into parts, where to get the book? After you have registered, you will get the book.
Yes.
Okay, you'll receive it by mail and you'll also receive it at your home by courier. Okay? All right. Now the book is also divided into parts. For example, on the first page, you'll have sports. On the second, you might have, I'm just giving you random examples, okay? You'll have clothing items, okay? And then you'll also have like cuisine, famous personalities, okay? So your book is divided into different parts. Now, how to learn it better? You don't start reading your book like this, okay? You don't take your book and you just start reading it like a storybook. Don't do that. You pick up topics, whatever interests you, okay? First of all, make a list of all the different topics, okay? In your notebook, just make a list of all the different topics. You make a checklist. You know what's a checklist? You'll make a small box in front of it, and whenever you're done, you'll just put a tick in front of it, okay? So you make a checklist for all the topics. You start with a topic that interests you the most. Okay, sit one day. Okay, I find sports the most interesting. I'll do it today. Now you also choose the topic that's the least interesting to you. For example, famous personalities. You do that in the same day. So every day you do one that's interesting and one that is not interesting. Okay, in this way you'll be learning a lot. Okay, so you divide it into parts, divide your book into different parts, and you learn few at a time. Don't learn 10 categories in a day. Every day, if you learn 2 categories as well, you'll be done by it in 2 weeks. Okay, so stretch your time of learning, okay, and divide it and learn it. Okay. Now, another thing, when you're learning the words, don't make the common mistake of just ignoring the definitions. Just don't sit and learn, le stylo, le cahier, le livre, le stylo, etc. No. Learn it this way. Le stylo is equal to the pen. Le livre is equal to the book. Don't just learn la calculatrice, le dictionnaire, le livre, le portable, l'ordinateur. Don't do it like that. You'll forget. Okay? Also, I'm hoping since all of you have your laptops here, okay, or your desktop here, you all know how to use YouTube nowadays. Can we take the questions later? Can we please type the questions in the chat box? All right. So since you all have access to YouTube as well, right? And you have access to Google Translate. Have you ever used Google Translate? If not, I'll show it to you. Don't worry about it. Whenever you're learning a word, you also listen to it. There are how many categories? It depends on your level. When you'll get the book, you'll get to know. Okay. So you open your Google Translate or you open YouTube and you also listen to its sound. Okay, I'll show you an example. Or you can take help from your teachers as well. The next thing is that, you are learning a lot of words, okay? But are you using them in your real life? Like in English as well, we might learn a new word, right? For example, I'll give you a word called inexplicable. Okay, I've used this word. Now, you might remember it for some time, but you'll forget it eventually. You'll forget this word, right? So make sure whenever you're learning the words, you're also using it in your classroom. For example, you just tell your friend, Kecha, pass me the stilo. Okay? Your friend may not know the meaning, but you're just using it in your daily life. Okay? So start using those words in your daily life. Have you seen these like post-its? Okay? What you can do is for things that you have in your house, you can just paste these post-its on them, okay? And you can write. So if you paste this on your laptop, aisa kuch, don't paste it on some important thing, okay? So you'll be scolded by your parents, okay? Only paste it on objects that you own. Okay, so you can paste it and you can just remember. So whenever you'll open your laptop, uske upar likha hoga Lord the Nather. Okay, so it will be easier for you. We'll share the link after the after the workshop. Okay, Poonam. So like then you can register yourself. Okay. So yeah, where were we? Posting the post-its, right? And the next thing is that of course, like whenever you have something related to the literature or culture, you search them on internet, and that way you'll learn it better. For example, I can see in Daksh's background, you have the Eiffel Tower, right? So how do you get to know this is... So whenever he sees it, rather than looking at it from the point of view of an English person, okay, this is Eiffel Tower. How do you say it in French? Can we have someone?
La Tour Eiffel.
La Tour Eiffel. Eiffel to English ho gaya. La Tour Eiffel. Very good. Okay. So you look at these monuments, okay, and you learn their pronunciations. Okay. I'll show you how to do it on Google Translate, okay, after I'm done. Okay. That is from my end how you need to prepare. Is there any doubt about the preparation? Please type it in the chat box. Abhi likho jaldi se. You have 30 seconds. Type your questions related to preparation in the chat box. I'll answer them and then we'll move on to the experience in France. Also, if you register faster, you'll have more days to prepare, right? You'll get the booklet faster. You'll have more days to sit with the booklet. So don't wait for the last day to register, okay? Like you register faster so that you get the booklet also faster. If you have a question, you just type it in the chat box. Yeah, you can do individual registrations as well. I have a question. Yeah, Vantika, please go ahead. Hello, are you here? When will be the first round conducted? It's there in the chat box. Please look for the answer. Okay, how are we supposed to manage if our exams are coming? Okay, can we cover the whole thing in 2 to 3 days? Anonymous person, I will not answer anyone who's anonymous. All right, so if your exams are coming, I'm pretty sure I've told you this one thing, that you won't sit 2 or 3 days before it. Okay? Whenever you get the booklet, you sit with it every day for 15 minutes. If you want to win, then you sit with it for 15 minutes every day. Okay? And you will crack it, honestly. It's a language. You can't learn a language in 2 days, right? You can't learn a language in 2 days. If I just ask you, chalo, let's give a Chinese exam tomorrow, will you be able to do it? If you don't know Chinese, right? If you don't know Mandarin, you can't give it, right? If you sit with it every day for 15 minutes, you'll be still able to say something. Yeah? So, give it time and it will also reap benefits. Okay? Alright, then we move on to the experience part. French is not like English, so the first round is in October. Huh? What do you mean?
Yes, Didi. So my question basically is, French is not like English that we can, as you said, 15 days, 15 minutes every day. And as this round is in October, somewhere I think around Dashera, somewhere at that time, basically 15 minutes per day. I don't think it is possible to prepare a complete 27 pages book. So then how?
So it's inside your time. You make it 1 hour. 1 hour every day. Make it 1 hour every day.
Yeah, that is the problem. As that other person also said, exams are coming up because
Then you choose what's important for you. Is that one school exam more important for you, or like French Spellbee is more important to you?
Okay.
Right? So like that's up to you. You can decide if my school exams are more important right now, or is this thing more important for me right now?
Perfect.
Right? Because okay, so that's a tough choice, right? But like you have to make that tough choice.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Then we move on to the experience part. Okay. So I was in avanced level. Okay, when I first tried for the Spellbee. Okay. So I was in class 11th and like, yeah, I got it in the first time. So I think you can also do it. Okay. If I can do it, you can also do it. Then, so this is a French family with whom I was staying. Okay. So like the girl who's there on my left hand side. Okay. On the picture, it seems right, but like in reality, it was left. Okay. So yeah, so she was my friend with whom I was staying. Okay, like it was all arranged by Love, okay, the organization who's conducting Le Concours d'Orthographe. So it was a 7-day long tour wherein I stayed with them for 4 days in Nantes, Nantes. You can look for the city. It's there in the northwest part of France, okay? And it's a campagne. Campagne is your countryside. Okay, so we went to I went to her school every day, and I learned maths in English, French. Okay, so I was studying science in French, history in French. Okay, and it was a really nice experience. And the first day, what we had was in the history class, they asked, "What is the national anthem of France?" Now, I think that is something that we learn. National anthem, what's the national anthem of France? It starts with the letter M.
Marseillaise?
Very good. La Marseillaise. Okay. So the teacher asked, okay, what's the French national anthem? And I was the first one to raise my hand. I was like, it's La Marseillaise, because I've learned that since class 6th, right? We have it in our books somewhere, the French national anthem. Okay. And the teacher was so impressed, and they didn't know our national anthem. Okay, it's like they didn't know Jana Gana Mana is our national anthem. So when you go there, it also gives you the opportunity to tell them about your culture, the country from where you are coming from. Okay, and this experience can never be replaced, right? If you just go to France with your family, right? If you go to France with your family, do you think you'll get a chance to go to a French school, study with them, live with them, go to normal grocery shops, like talk in French, study in French, right? No experience can replace that. So that is why we are studying for this paper, right? Like keeping our school exams aside. This is the main motivation. Okay, by the way, I had my final exams coming up, okay? Then too, I gave time to this because this is more important, right? Exams, so I'll crack anyway, है ना? We'll all crack exams, school exams. Yes or no? कोई fail तो नहीं होगा, है ना? कोई fail नहीं होगा ना? We'll crack exams. So that's not that important, okay? So this is again in North. Now the elephant that you can see at the back, okay, that's a machine, and it also pours water on different people. Okay, you can check these things online. It's called Le Machine. Leave the machine. Just 1 second. I'm just typing it in the chat box. Okay, you can look for this, and I was saying at this city, so you can also look for this city. See, it depends on you, Atashay, how strong your French is. Okay, you don't ask that. It depends totally on you. So yeah, these are the teachers who taught me like English, French, and maths there. Okay, so like it's a really nice experience. So like you can see, I was like what? I was 18. No, I was 17 then. Okay, right now I'm 20. So like it's already been 3 years. So this experience, and yeah, I made really nice French friends there, and I'm still in touch with them. And we sometimes get on a call and we talk in French. Okay, so once you go there, you'll actually experience what France is like, because this is their school in the background. Okay, so I think this is the last day that we had in the school. So we all took a lot of pictures then. This is their school, and again we are like just casually having fun. Okay, we went to different monuments there in Nantes, and we also went for a lot of practical activities. Okay, for example, we didn't just sit in the class and study. Okay, we made cuisines together. Okay, for example, I made gato au chocolat. Okay, and I taught them how to make aloo ka paratha. Okay, so it was a two-way exchange, and I don't think you can get that anywhere else, right? Like teaching them how to make aloo ka paratha, and they are also teaching you how to make gato au chocolat, crepe. Okay, that's not something you'll get every day. Yeah, I went alone. No, actually, the thing is, the winners, the people who come first, right, from different levels, like debutant, intermediate, and avancé, those go to France, right? And they are also clubbed with other people who are going to the cultural exchange program. So, like from my family, yeah, I was the only one who went alone. So, like, obviously, I didn't know anyone, but in the journey, we all became friends, right? So this is their classroom. I happen to have their pictures as well. And we are studying, I think we are studying science. Yeah, we're studying science. Yeah, so this is the last day at school where we made different cuisines. I think you can see on the table there are many pakoras. You have the apple juice, the chocolate cake. And these are some of the Indian kids who also performed there. Okay, just going back, just coming to India. So, like before coming to India, they also performed. All right, then the next thing, okay, I have not added a lot of pictures, but like there's a blog that I've written. I'll share the link, and maybe you could all go and just like check for more pictures there. The last 3 days we went to Paris. Okay, it's like I'll just look for them. Okay, or you can also look for it in the blog if you have. Okay, it's there on the screen. So the last link that's there, that's the blog you can read. And the last 8 days we spent in Paris, and like all the pictures that you see in your textbook, right? In about Paris, like the monuments. What are the famous monuments in Paris? La Tour Eiffel,
Musée de Louvre,
Musée de Louvre. One by one. Musée d'Orsay. Very good. Next.
La
What?
Les Invalides,
Les Invalides. Okay. Then you also have Concorde, right? You have the Notre Dame, right?
Arc de Triomphe. Arc de Triomphe.
All right, that's it. Okay. So I just didn't visit Invalides, okay? But like apart from that, I visited all of these monuments, okay? So whatever you see in the book, you get to experience it in real life. And at what cost? Just studying French? Anyway, like studying this booklet will help you, right? Because you people are very young and you will be studying French for the next 2-3 years, padhoge na? Right? So this will also increase your vocabulary. This will increase your general knowledge as well. Whenever you study French, there's always something that you learn new, right? Like Eiffel Tower is the most visited monument in the France. Okay? It has 3 floors. The 3rd floor is filled with restaurants, the most expensive restaurants in the world, right? So you always learn about some general knowledge facts. Okay, so that's why you should be like participating in this competition. And you can always read by experience, right? I can share the link in the chat box. Okay? Maybe you can read it. Yeah. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Not the problem.
Yeah, I had a question that I didn't really understand the prize given. So, like, basically, there are three stages, right? So, will everyone go through each stage, or just if you win the first stage? Okay, so and the first two rounds are online. The third round is offline. Okay, thank you.
Now, I also had a doubt regarding the date of the exam. So basically, are the dates mentioned on the website? How are we going to know the dates?
The dates are not mentioned on the website. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes,
Abhishek
sir.
sir?
Yes.
Okay. No, dates are not mentioned on the website. Are you an individual participant or you are participating through your school?
No, sir. I'm an individual participant.
Okay. Then you'll get a call shortly, and then you can exam date in the second week of October. We'll consult with you. You'll be given some options, and you'll choose from one of them.
Sure, sir. So I'll be getting a call, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, thank
Yeah,
you, sir.
Can you tell me your name? The name you registered with?
So my name is Bhava Mahajan, BHAVA MAHAJAN.
Okay. You just type your name on the chat box and the name of the school also. So, okay.
Sure, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Also, sir,
I had
Mhm.
the same problem, and will I also get a call? I'm an individual participant.
Yes, all the individual participants will get a call. And
Also,
they will
what's
be intimated of the date, exam date, date and time both.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Also, what's different between the individual and being an individual participant on this?
And this, as far as exam process is concerned, I mean the questions and the way one is marked, there is no difference. It is only the difference is the one is registered. Right? One registers via school. Then school, like the first round exam, the date is decided by the school, and then students. In case of individual students, hello, am I audible?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. Yeah, hello.
Hello?
Yeah,
Am I audible? Okay.
Yes, sir, you're audible. Yes,
Yeah, right
you're
now I'm
audible.
audible. Okay. And in case of like individual students, they get the soft copies of the hard, the preparatory materials, but they don't get the hard copy. And the registration fee is also different. For the students who are registering via school, it is 400, and the individual students, it is 800 for them. So that's the only difference, the way they're registering for the exam. But otherwise, the way one is writing the exam or the way one is marked or any other opportunities, the way one is going from one round to the next round, or the prizes and the other stuff, everything is the same. The only difference lies at the very beginning how one is registering and the amount of money one pays for the registration.
Thank you.
Hello.
Welcome.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. Sorry. Mhm. Okay. For exam, case board, I'm sharing it with you. Okay, I'm WhatsApping you. You present it to them. Okay.
Yes, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Yep.
Yes. Sir, I had one concern. So, as we know that the intermediate level is for classes 7th and 8th, if I'm correct. So, sir, the 7th and 8th. So, when we are in 7th and then we are in 8th, 8th class would have a little more knowledge of French than us. Because for an example, if we use ALF 3, Apple Fosse 3, and they would be using Apple Fosse 4, even though our French Spellbee book is the same, but maybe it can differ. I mean, they have more knowledge of French. So how would it work out? I mean, would 7th have something different and 8th would have a different session, or both of them would have it together?
Can I answer this question? Hello? Yeah, all right. So this question is valid, but the thing is, you'll have the same question paper even though you're from different class. Now, how this will also work in your favor. For example, when you were in class 6, for example, okay? So you gave the debutant exam. And debutant is for, like, we're taking an example, right? Now, for debutant, we have classes 4, 5, and 6, okay? So, but a class 4th child will also have an advantage. Now, what is their advantage? They have the same book and they can prepare from the same book for the next 2 years. And they can give the exam for the same set of words for the next 2 years. Okay. So in that way, class 4th child has 2 years to prepare. Okay. And they can give the exams 2 times with the same book. Whereas class 6th child has more knowledge and can give the paper only once. So do you think this is an unfair advantage to any one of them?
Okay, yeah, that is also a point. And one more concern that I have is, as you told that advantage is there, I don't think that the papers of both the times would be same. Even
But
though
the
books
same,
would be
if
same.
the book is same, so there are only a possible number of questions that can come, right? And the difficulty remains the same.
Yes, because I've heard from some people that many times the book has also changed. Some things have been added to the book.
Like those are just very small things that those don't make any difference. Honestly, as time changes, you need to you need to make changes in your book, right? You can't have the same old thing that's there.
Yes.
So that's just with time. It's not something that has been done to like increase the difficulty. The difficulty level is the same. It's just for your knowledge. Okay, so like that should not be a case. Now again, when you're in class 7th, you can give the exam again in class 8th. You have 2 years in that case, right? So don't think if a person from class 8 is giving the exam and I'm in 7th and I'm giving the exam, right? You have more time, can appear for it again. And the class 8 child will not be able to appear for it again in the same level, okay? So treat this as an advantage. Yeah, that's it from mine.
Sir, I have one more question if you don't mind.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sir, my question here is, sir, there are so many schools all over India that have registered for this Spellbee. There are so many zones over India that have registered for this Spellbee. So how would this thing work? I mean, the children, there are so many zones all over India. So the people of the zonal level, so there would be many people who would be selected for the Delhi level. I mean, because there are so many zones and only one zone cannot be selected. So how would that work in Delhi? So many people.
Yeah, Daksh, can you, I mean, I'm a little confused. Can you please clarify your question? Say it again. Okay, yeah.
Okay. And sir, in this case, when of course, exam is gonna be online. So is something gonna be AI powered so the students don't cheat or something like that? Okay, perfect. So, thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, 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 okay.
Okay, let me do this. Yeah. Uh, can you see the screen? This.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay.
Oh, yes.
So
Yes, sir.
yeah, the test link which will be mailed to you, or whether you will get it from us or from your teacher, when you click the link, this window appears. Everything is written there in the mail. I'm showing you. Then also I'm showing you. See, I want to select test type. You have to click and you have to select contest. Okay. Now there are 3 levels and you have to choose according to your level. If you're a debutant, choose debutant. If you are intermediate, choose intermediate. If you're avancé, choose avancé. Then these 3 codes, username, it will be given by us. Test code also will be given by us, and proctor code as well. These 3 codes will be there in your mail, and proctor code is same for all the students in a particular school. So suppose if you are from Pacific High School, then all the students from that particular school will have the same proctor code. But username and test code, it will be unique to all of you. I mean, each of you will have a different username and test code than others.
Sir, when would it be given to us?
On the exam day, in the morning. You'll get it in the morning of the exam day.
Okay, sir.
And remember that these codes and usernames, they are valid for one time only. If you log in once, that means it is counted as if you have written the exam. Even if you, suppose you leave it in the middle, then also it will be considered that you have written the exam.
So, what are the timings of the exam? When is it going to start and end?
The duration of the exam is half an hour, but there will be a period will be given, 1 hour or 1.5 hour. The buffer time will be there. So the moment you log in, it will be counted half an hour from the time you log in. So suppose you're logging at 10:10, then the exam window will automatically close at 10:40. If you're logging in maybe 5 minutes late at 10:15, then the exam will run till 10:45.
So there's no particular time to get the exam,
No,
right? Like you can.
There will
get
be a
the exam
particular time.
anyway.
Once a time period will be given to you. It is for your convenience. It will be, suppose 10 to 11:30, the time is given. You have to write the exam in that particular time period.
So,
Yes, tell me.
so what is the date of exam in first round?
Are you an individual participant or you are participating from your school?
So, I'm participating on my school.
Okay, then school will tell you the date for the first round.
Okay.
You'll contact your French
Thank you.
teacher. Yes.
So, no, I was actually asking that as you're seeing the students' convenience. So, like, are there particular time slots when to give the exam, or like you can give the exam in those particular time slots, or is there a particular time, for example, 10 to 11? That's the time you need to give the exam.
Yeah. The time period will be given. See, it works like this. You are given 1 hour. The duration of the exam is half an hour. So you can, at least you have that flexibility that instead of, if it is a fixed time, so you have to start at 10, but instead of that, this flexibility is given that in case of 10, you can start also at 10:10. Maybe some internet issue or some other issues, maybe you have some login issue, you might need to contact us. So keeping all this into consideration, this buffer time is given.
So, sir, the time is from 10 to 11:30.
Yeah, some 1 hour or 1.5 hour is given. But the moment you are you have logged in means your time has started. Suppose you have started, your time is given 10 to 11:30, but you have logged in at 10:15. Then your exam finishes at 10:45 only. It doesn't go beyond that. Could I make myself clear, or you still have doubts?
No,
Excuse me, sir.
excuse me, sir.
Sorry? Yeah, yes. Yeah, go ahead.
So if the internet is gone in between of the exams,
Abhishek sir, do you have an answer to this question?
so if the internet is gone in between of the exam,
But sir, I think it's not in the students and all the schools and when power cuts can happen. So what in such scenarios? Okay, sir. So in such cases, no re type of the exam would be conducted. It's once and any issues comes, no retest or re-exam would be conducted. Okay, sir.
Ma'am, if we get any further doubts, if we have any further doubts, then can we mail you except for the session? After this session, ma'am, what are the timings again for the exam? Like when will it start? On what day exactly?
So, see, for individual students, yes, we will contact you, and for the school level, I mean, who are participating via school, you contact your French teacher. Your teacher will tell the date.
Excuse me, sir.
Just let me share my phone number and mail ID, then we can, call it today. Okay.
Sir, actually, Haru sir had come to our school during, this the month of June, July. He had come to our school.
Excuse me, sir. Will you send the registration link in the chat box?
I think have a good.
Registration link is already given. It is there on the chat box. See, exams, one question has come that whether school level exam, it will be conducted from school or home. Yeah, for this, you again contact your French teacher. He or she will tell you whether you have to write it from home or from the school. Do you have any questions? Any more questions? I suppose. Yeah.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you.
Yeah, all the best for your exam. Yeah.
Merci.
See you. Hope to see you, some of you in Delhi in January.
Merci, madam.